Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the MLG studios here in New York City, and welcome back to the Winter Season Showdowns in Heart of the Swarm, where every single day we have a best of 5 between the best players in the world to determine who qualifies for the Dallas event on March 15th, the Winter Championship event. Speaking of qualifying for Dallas, we had some casters who clearly qualify for Dallas, and I think we're ready to announce them. Here they are on your screen, your casters for the MLG Winter Championships on March 15th. Day 9, DJ Wheat, Husky, Total Biscuit, In Control, and of course us two, axslav and axeltoss, and our flow reporter, Anna Prosser. So whoever's the first to make the Reddit thread will get a bunch of karma, get on it, and give me credit because I just told you to do it, and I deserve half of the karma. That's fair, right? You don't really care about karma, do you?
No, not too much, but half is a lot, man.
You're right.
Yeah, maybe like 1/3.
But, okay.
At most 1/3.
Yeah, I'll have to share some with Sundance too. He's always liking the karma.
He gets 10%.
Yeah, that's fair. But there you go. There's your caster list. Super excited for all those guys, and I'm happy that we get to go.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun event. All right, Heart of the Swarm, best of 5. Babyknight versus Nerchio. Game 1 was phenomenal. If you missed it,
Game 1 told you?
What?
You know, like your parents are always telling you eat your veggies?
Yes.
And your STARCRAFT teacher's always saying get your upgrades?
Yes.
That last game, get your upgrades, kids. Get your upgrades, man.
Upgrades are important. That was a phenomenal game. If you're just now joining us, it will be available very soon. YouTube.com/official MLGSE2. Again, every single VOD from this Winter Season Showdown event will be available on the YouTube channel, full 1080p HD. So if you missed it, don't feel bad. They're available, and of course we have rebroadcasting going all day long. That being said, Game 2, are you ready?
I don't know. I think we're gonna be ready, man. Nerchio looked strong that game.
He
up
did.
until the Nexus started shooting his Mulus.
Yeah.
And then he got confused.
What is that thing?
I think if he stuck with Mass Munis, he would have won that game, to be honest.
Just kept making them, kept prioritizing. He was doing so much damage,
Yeah.
but I love the fact that he was trying out that contain.
It did. It looked really awesome.
That was really cool to see. If it was executed just a bit better, I could easily see Nerchio up 1-0 at this point in time. But again, kudos to Babyknight, staying very patient throughout that game. You know, saying, you know what, I'm on 3 bases, I don't have any probes, but let's buckle down, let's get some Archons, let's get some Stalkers, get some upgrades, let's Chrono Boost those probes out, try to get caught up. Let's slowly take a 4th base and just get a composition that's really cost efficient. And it worked out for him. So here we are in Game 2. In the bottom right-hand location, we have the Red Zerg player Nerchio from Team Acer, currently down 1-0 in this best of 5, but plenty of room to work with. His opponent in the top right-hand location, off to an early lead. He's the Blue Protoss player from FXO. He is Babyknight. And the map is Star Station. For those of you unfamiliar, this map has been introduced with Heart of the Swarm. And I'm okay with it. I like it. I like the map.
I'm undecided on it. Undecided. You know, the more I think about the contain, I'm actually thinking you shouldn't get Swarm Hosts for that. Because Swarm Hosts are a unit that a contain will force them to at some point break out and fight you, and Swarm Hosts aren't that great in a single engagement. If you want a single engagement, you should get units like the Vipers, maybe to pull your guys into the Spine Cores, get more Hydralists and Fasters to fungal growth them. The Swarm Hosts are kind of like, they're like a sniper. It's like you put them, you send a volley of guys from some random part of the map, and then you can move them. They're so mobile. They're the most, besides Phoenix, they're the most mobile unit in the game as far as time spent attacking and time spent moving around between attacks. Right? The Phoenix is the only unit that can move and attack at the same time. Other units, like a Marine, has to stop to shoot every 0.86 seconds without Simises and more. You know, a Siege Tank has to siege up. A Stalker has to stop to shoot every 1.5 seconds, or 1.45. The Swarm Host only has to stop to spend 1 to 2 seconds to burrow and unburrow every 22 seconds.
What's the Widowmine?
Widowmine is every 40 seconds, but it has a 3-second burrow time, 3-second unburrow. So it's a little bit less mobile than... and it doesn't have range.
And the burrow time on Swarm Host...
It's like 1 second.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't take long at all.
And the Swarm Hosts have huge range, unlike the Widowmine, right? So you can... So I almost envision them as if you want to use a Swarm Host, don't make the contain, because the swarm hosts are the soft. They're like a contain without even units there, because you can just keep sending guys from really random directions.
What do you think about like just spines, spores, and vipers and infestors?
Sounds really strong.
I think that would be really cool.
Really strong. Very strong. But you have to find a way to get them pushed up. So maybe that's where the mutalisk come into play.
All right, here we are in game 2. We'll have to see if these players decide to go for similar strategies. Slowling here from Nerchio, going to scout into his opponent's main base, seeing a gas, seeing that natural expansion on the ground. Babyknight not delaying that Nexus as much as he did in game number 1. Sentry popping out, going to take care of that Slowling. Meanwhile, we saw Nerchio once again go for that earlier speed, earlier gas, keeping one guy in gas, something he did in the last game as well. So really wanting to get out those early speedlings, I guess, to stay safe against any potential early gateway aggression. And
look at this micro. He's going to lose so many Zergies trying to take out the Zealot. Actually only 4, so that's more than normal, just because of the cool use of the Mothership Core there and the Zealot cutting around. I like this opening from Babyknight. It really, it's kind of fun.
You get the Zealot. Did he get 2 Zealots there?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Because last game I think he got 2.
Or no, maybe it was 2. It was 2. Sorry, I think it was 2.
Yeah, I think it was 2. Units lost is 3 to 7.
Yeah. 2 Zealots and a probe. It's a nice opening. I like it. And it gets the fast warp gate, so you can kind of scout around. This time, though, I like it better because he got the Nexus before the extra gateways.
Uh-oh. That pylon is
just going to cost him a pylon, but I think I think it's better to lose a pylon, get a couple Zerging kills. There's a pylon for 2 Zergings with a trade there, but he has Nexus so much faster than he did last game.
He did.
It's just, I love this opening. And the cool thing is you get the fast hallucination. I mean, I don't know if I like it more than Nexus First, but I do like it more against Nexus First against a fast cast opening because you want that warp gate so you can reactively warp in a ton of guys if you need to. Of course, against some type of crazy aggression.
So we're seeing Nerchio going for that layer very fast, and we also have a Roach running prediction. Ooh.
And then this is going to be a Roach Nydus. It's going to be Roach Nydus, and the bottom of Babyknight's space, there's nothing to scout. There's nothing to scout there.
Did you speak too soon? Babyknight has a decent amount of time to get a probe over there to check it out, but I agree with you. If he can't spot this overload, he's going to be in a lot of trouble because, again, wherever a Zerg player has units, he can or has vision, he can put that Nydus.
He might be sending his next pylon down there. A lot of Protoss like to put one pylon to bomb of that just to scout for Nyduses and also to warp in. It's a great warping point. Is he going to do that?
He's actually moving out.
He's got to build a pylon really soon, though. Oh,
this might be the worst thing that can. Now he does have recall.
Coming too, and there's no detection. So even his move out, like in his main, there's no detection. So even if he recalls back, he'll just get torn apart by Burrowed Micro.
Nydus is on the way here from Nerchio. Babyknight has absolutely zero idea this is happening. He's even attacking his opponent's natural expansion. Now he can recall back to potentially protect his Nexus, but again, his opponent has Burrow, so he can just Burrow to sneak away. A Star gets on the way though.
There he's recalling. Oh, but he recalled. The Roaches already got in. The timer on the recall meant the Roaches could get in onto the sentries.
Gosh, the sentry's going to be trapped there. A couple going to go down for free, trying to back away. No Photon Overcharge going down on the Nexus. I don't think he has the energy to do so. Yes, out of energy. Oh, there we go. Now the Photon Overcharge is on the Nexus. Zerglings and Roaches spewing through. Burrow is not yet done here for Nerchio. Babyknight desperately trying to hold this off, but he's down 70 to 52 in supply. Forced to pull some probes here to deal with this. Has not even killed the Nydus just yet. Some Queens coming out to join in on the fun. Might drop some creep tumors, and Burrow is moments away from finishing.
Oh, did he attack too soon, though? If he loses too much of this Nexus before Burrow completes the Void, he might be able to mop up the rest. But no, more and more speedlings rallying in their surrounding units. So many probes are going down. How long does the Photon Overcharge last? That Nexus is getting so many kills.
It's going to be instrumental in his hold of this attack. Zealot being very cost efficient at this point. Great positioning here from Babyknight. Void Ray about to finish, but there are Queens here. Well, there's only one Queen left, but it looks like Babyknight's going to hold this off as the Queen evacuates through the Nydus. Morling's coming through here, but the Void Ray, it should be enough to deal with the Queen.
Oh,
and Babyknight holds.
I was thinking, right, if he dropped the creep tumor before, you know, when he had him push back, you could have dropped the creep tumor, and that would have been so annoying as he couldn't build buildings anymore. As it is, though, I mean, he held that off, but the probe losses are significant. But then again, you have to remember, Nerchio hadn't been building workers for a large chunk of the game. In fact, he's barely up at all in supply.
Yeah.
And he has no real useful tech. Roaches and Hydralisks are not cost-efficient Zerg units. You really, and he can't really go Mutalist, because as long as Babyknight sees it, he can just produce Phoenixes. This is a situation, maybe, and you know what, Roach Hydra might be the best option here. Take a third and just overpower the Protoss. The other option, of course, is to use that high gas bank to go for Infestors. Perhaps, I don't know. It's tough. Double expanding, though. I like it.
Yeah, because if you consider the ability that Babyknight has to be aggressive, it's only going to be in the Void Rays at this point, I think. He's going to be focusing on rebuilding that probe count, getting to 2 base full saturation. Void Rays coming forward here from Babyknight. They have yet to use Prismatic Alignment. Of course, Queens aren't even armored, so it wouldn't help against them. The Queen trying to take down that Void Ray. Babyknight going to micro that away optimally.
Two Queen kills, not bad there for Babyknight. But, whoa, one Void Ray's into red.
Is out. Got to run away that Void Ray. It's going to die. The other Void Ray should get out alive. Yes, he should, but...
One Void Ray for 2 Queens.
I'm kind of okay with that.
It's hard to tell who came out ahead there.
I mean, you're forcing your opponent to build Hydras maybe a little bit earlier than they'd like.
This is true, which means you can't build drones. A Void Ray is more expensive than 2 Queens, but then of course he's missing injects because he had to pull his Queens and he lost some. Right now he only has 1 Queen on the map. Interesting situation. Of course, Babyknight did have to do something because, like we mentioned, his aggressive options were so limited, and Nerchio with double expanding, if you let him use his larva all into drones, it's basically game over because he'll be at 1 billion drones, and Babyknight's still trying to remake back of the 2-base economy, let alone talk about comparing to 4-base economy.
I'm actually a little bit surprised Babyknight didn't try to scout that expansion that's just up here. I think if he saw that with the Void Rays, it definitely would not have completed.
He could have canceled it.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. So with that Prismatic Alignment doing that bonus damage to the hatchery creation, and also the creep wasn't even close to being near that hatchery at that point in time, so it's not like Queens could quickly reinforce. So maybe a little bit of a mistake there from Babyknight, but we'll have to see how he plays the rest of this game. These guys are pretty close on supply. Income tab shows 56-50 in favor of Nerchio, but Babyknight, composition, we got a bunch of Stalkers, Sentries, and Void Rays adding on that robotics base. It looks like he wants to mix in some Colossus.
I have to give the edge to Babyknight so far in this game. I mean, the food is so even and the Protoss has so much better tech at their disposal, a much more cost-efficient army. The Zerg player's advantage is going forward, he should make that food gap grow because he does have the 4 bases. He is starting to mine from all of them. He's getting the larva injects now. He's rebuilt his Queens. So he should be able to get a food gap. But also going forward, as Babyknight adds Colossi to his composition and the Sentries gain energy, he'll be getting more efficient as time goes on. So while Nerchio will be getting more total units and more like just numbers, Babyknight will get a more cost-efficient combination as time goes on. In fact, it looks like he's going to take a 3rd base.
He's been trying to. He didn't have any detection until right now, and he's able to take that.
Look how the Zerging got flopped out of the hole, kind of fell on its back. Kind of a neat little death animation. Oh, Nerchio trying to be aggressive. This could be disastrous for him if Babyknight lands the force fields right. On the other hand, if he gets a Nexus cancel.
A Colossus is about to finish too.
Oh, he's going to get the cancel.
Yeah, he's going to cancel. That's huge. He should just back away though now at this point.
If he can keep his force alive, right now he wants to buy time to let that Spire finish and get those Corruptors out in the field. Of course, the Void Rays are good against Corruptors, but there's only 2 out. With only 4 gases, Babyknight cannot really invest a whole lot into Corruptors. Oh, Nerchio's going for the frontal attack.
Nerchio being aggressive here. The first Colossus has popped out, and oh my god, there's the Time Warp and the Force Fields preventing those Roaches and Hydras from leaving. Great engagement there from Babyknight, but again, what was he able to take out? I think he took out...
He took out a
gateway, or was it a Forge?
Whatever it was, I feel like it wasn't worth, was that 15 Roach Hydra. Of course...
delaying the 3rd is nice, but now there's no way he can continue delaying it because he lost all those units.
That is true, but Babyknight used a lot of force fields in that engagement. Then again, it doesn't matter because he killed so many units, he doesn't need them anymore, right?
Sure.
So in the situations where...
It's only in a defensive position where you would need those force fields, really.
And Nerchio's army is so small, having to spend all his money trying to rebuild get those Corruptors up to deal with the Colossi. And, he's only got 7 against... It's going to be 3 Colossi, a Mothership Core, and 2 Void Rays. I think he wants a few more, but he's got to rebuild all those Roaches he lost as well.
Yeah, and with Colossus on the field, it's very hard to make those Roaches and Hydras as cost-efficient as they potentially could be without those Colossus out on the field. But Nerchio incorporating those Corruptors, the positioning of every unit here is going to be very instrumental, because if you can take out the the Colossi before they can do their damage, then you're going to be very happy as a Zerg player. On the other side of things, if Babyknight can position his Stalkers in such a way to deal with the Corruptors before his Colossus die, he's going to be the happy one. So we're going to have to see how these guys position their units. I love the creep spread here from Nerchio, trying to expand it all across his side of the field. He's been on 4 bases for quite a while, but it looks like Babyknight wants to do some aggression.
I don't know if this is right. Let's take a look at the army tab, see who actually is stronger in this position. It looks like it's going to be Nerchio with with about a 30% advantage in army size, but Babyknight is the one with a much more efficient combination with force fields and colossi.
Guardian shield going down. Nerchio has the best concave he could possibly have. Force fields going down here from Babyknight. There's the recall, getting out of there. One Colossus, not in range there.
Poor
He's
guy.
gonna go down. Poor guy. It's like, why do y'all take me?
Wait, where'd everyone go? Where'd everyone go? No, wait for me. Gets totally destroyed there, and you know that was a win for Nerchio. There's going to be less energy to put Photon Overcharge on the Nexus now.
Yep.
There's less force fields available.
Oh, he lost the mothership core.
Oh, so he won't even have any Photon Overcharge. If Nerchio sets up... Oh, he's going straight for the natural. That's going to force Babyknight to move his army into a very open ground. An open ground. Look at this perfect concave by Nerchio, luring his opponent into this beautiful Zerg playground of an open situation.
Nerchio with a great concave here, trying to come in from every single angle. Babyknight trying to micro as best as he can, but I don't know if that's even going to be enough. Corruptors taking down the Void Rays, taking down the Colossi, Roaches and Hydras, dealing with the Stalkers. Nerchio up 194 to 84 supply. Goodbye third base. There's two cannons here, desperately trying to defend. More Zealots being warped in, but there's the GG. Well played from Babyknight. What another great game here in this best of 5. These guys are tied 1-1.
This is a beautifully played game there by Nerchio. I mean, he really knew the position he was in and how to play it best with his benefit. I thought Babyknight was winning, but when he moved out.
Yeah, that move out with the Colossus where he left that one behind.
You know, if your opponent's on Roach Hydra Corruptor, never move out before 200 food. And I think Babyknight just wasn't sure what his opponent was doing there. And a lot of that was because he couldn't scout, because he didn't have the extra sentry and energy to use hallucination, because he used force fields earlier. So it was a tough situation for Babyknight.
I mean, a lot of people say, oh, all Zerg does is A move. I think that engagement there, actually both engagements there from Nerchio was displaying how that's not necessarily true at all. It's all about how you position your units before the battle actually happens. We saw when Babyknight was pushing across the map towards his opponent, Nerchio was spreading out a nice little crescent moon. So when Babyknight decided to engage, he was stuck on a little ramp, and there Nerchio was coming in from every location. Babyknight's like, get me out of there. He hits the eject button on his mothership core, gets back to base, but then Nerchio continued with those tactics, extending towards the natural expansion. Babyknight had no choice but to engage, or he loses his natural. And then when he engaged, there's that concave again.
There you have it, guys. If you're a wolf, you like the full moon. If you're a Zerg, you like the crescent moon. That's right. Worked out great for Nerchio that game. Let's see if he can do it again in game number 3.